how we split this 100 billion US. It's led mainly by the North America, Europe, Asia Pacific, but when we come for the GCC, it's only 8%, and the rest of the world is 20%. The food processing automation market, it's 28 billion, with a projection of 40 billion by 2030, which is a growth of 7.5%. Now, what it comes for the GCC itself, okay? 8%. What is the split of this 8%? As you see, UAE is the leading country in the region, followed by Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Kuwait, Oman, and Bahrain. Okay? Then, this growth is sustained mainly from the sovereign wealth fund spending increase, means it's a public investment. Localization mandate, especially with Saudi vision of 2030. Green hydrogen development and digital transformation with IoT and AI. For the automation by country, as you see here, the AI adoption rate and automation level, as I mentioned, UAE is the highest one. On automation level at 72%, followed by the Saudi at 65%, Qatar, Kuwait, Oman, and Bahrain. The leading AI power is a 68% adoption, automated production, 72%. Saudi, with the strong investment from the PIF, okay, drive at 32% by 2030. Qatar, automated packaging and cold chain management, 45% AI. What is the takeaway? AI application is mainly for quality inspection, demand forecasting, receipt optimization, automation focus, packaging mainly for share for 76%, processing 68%, material handling 62%. When it comes for the F&B, the beverage is the main category where the automation is applied, followed by the bakery and the dairy. UAE and Saudi account for 67% of the GCC automation and AI integration. Now, when we look at the industry itself, as you see here, the automotive manufacturing is 92%, pharmaceutical 89%, electronic 87%, chemical is 83%, but food and beverage in GCC, even globally, it's at 95%. Now, I will introduce you the panelist team. They are experts in their field, and they will explain what their company brings as a solution, what is their own experience, because any company is here to sell a solution. But at the end of the day, the customer or the manufacturer itself will give you the final learning curve. And this is how we have a fantastic blend of end-to-end panelists from the solution maker to the end customer. Please let me introduce the panelists, the expert that we have. Hiroaki Sorimachi, Head of Solution in CoE Center Division, more than 20 years in the industrial automation. Iain Milnes, President and Co-Founder of PowerNote. Very interesting how he will explain is a technology, environmental entrepreneur, expert in waste reduction technology. Dominic Bevan, Senior Presales Consultant, Centric Software, specialized in F&B digital transformation, expert in product life cycle. And Sebastian, Senior Vice President Operation in Ghurair Foods, and leading an exceptional transformation in operation in Ghurair. Our colleague just before explained what is the transformation 4.0. Now, let's translate it into a more pragmatism input. In the context of the smart factory revolution, how do we move beyond this buzzword to create a truly intelligent F&B manufacturing system. What does a real smart factory look like in practice? Please, is it only just connecting sensor, but please.
Okay, thank you. I'm Hiroaki Sorimachi from Yokogawa Corporation. I'm a head of Solutions CoE Center, a Center of Excellence. I'm a very technical side person. So I want to provide some hint to realize the smart factory. As he mentions, smart factory is a very buzzword, common word. Then, through this session, I want to clear vision, clear methodology, clear roadmap, how you can achieve the smart factory. If someone says the definition of smart factory, it's very easy. The smart factory is a highly automated and very efficient and safety factory using AI, advanced technologies like AI, robotics, information technologies. No one argues this definition. However, it does not tell the clear vision, clear roadmap. Okay? Then I want to emphasize each company must have each vision of smart factory. In the last session, my colleague Kobayashi shows one example. Okay? But that result is just one example. Yokogawa and the company Nissin has discussed and decided their vision, decided their definition of smart factory. So we agreed with customer. We developed the concept with customer. The most important thing is safety. Okay? Safety must be prioritized. Even someone says that economically is important, safety is the most important part in this industry, right? Then I want to say that your the president, management have to decide the vision of the smart factory and decide the definition of smart factory. And we can support the activity. Okay?
No, 12 years ago, I was in Japan. Okay, we were having this side discussion. I was visiting Otsuka factory. Okay, for me at that time, 12 years ago, it was already a smart factory. Is it the AI make it smart factory?
Yes.
Or do you have something else?
Yeah. Okay. If we talk about AI definitely supports increase your safety and economics and agility, everything. However, AI, if I say AI, there is so many kind of AI and use cases. No one tells the best use case, but the company have to decide what is their pain point, what is the challenging, what is the prioritized point to improve. Okay, of course we have a lot of AI, and AI can support most of things. However, we have to adapt a suitable AI, machine learning, for your own problem. The first thing is problem identification. I want to emphasize.
Thank you. Sebastian, in your smart factory transformation journey, where have AI and automation delivered immediate revolutionary impact? Predictive maintenance, quality control, optimization, and what surprised you the most?
Yeah, so basically we can start with two main implementations that we had. The first one is predictive maintenance, as you well said. And we were discussing about the journey. So you have to start with the base, and this is exactly what we cater. We cater maintenance from one side, and from the other side, we cater quality control. So we shift whatever we were doing in maintenance in two layers. The first one was related to predictive maintenance, and then we add another layer, which was the condition-based. In condition-based maintenance, what you do, basically you service assets whenever it's required, and not because the manual says that you have to do it every 3,000 hours. That impacted quite a lot in efficiency, in planning, and actually we were extremely surprised about not the piece of implementation, which was quite fast, but we were surprised on the change in the mindset. So today we have certain tools, for example, ultrasound, infrared, and we have vibration analysis, where we are taking different routes in different plants, in different assets, and we put everything in a system where the system is going to scrutinize which are the assets that require more attention than the others. And then you can really plan case to case on the basis that you are getting the information online. So that changed a lot the mindset from the full maintenance department and ourselves as well, in the sense that we really can predict when the failure is coming and we can avoid it. So we don't want to talk about breakdowns anymore. We want to talk about predictive, where we can really emphasize on the period of time that we have to go to the plants and to service the equipment.
Dominic from Centric Software, as you provide some solution, how can F&B manufacturer build a truly intelligent system that don't just collect the data, but create actionable AI insight from demand forecasting to receive optimization and turn in factory into a learning organization?
Really good question there. So I think the key concept that has not really changed, even though the technology changes and improves naturally, is the concept of being a learning organization. So this is something which has been around in kind of practice and operations management literature for decades now. But it's something which you really cannot get away from. And one of the things that we always make clear when we're working with customers and prospects on their digital transformation journey is the fundamentals have to be right. Okay, so I was really impressed to see in the presentations from our colleagues at Yokogawa this emphasis on safety, but also having a wide range of data inputs. So from the factory floor, from customer feedback when it gets out of the factory, but also very much our specialty is in the design stage, so in product development. So the key thing is having all of these insights and all of this information end up in a single source of truth is really kind of the aim of what you have to go for before you can start to get these insights. AI itself, which is kind of the big topic here, is only going to be as accurate and as rich as the data sources which are fed into it. And so from those things, you start to get a much better picture of how you will deal with problems that you have already. So this is where we see a lot of coupling with concepts like Lean Six Sigma, figuring out where are the failure points in our current operations based on the product type, based on the suppliers that we deal with, all those types of things. That's where AI helps us to calculate across a much wider range of inputs than what we would normally get from just even the best quality team made up of a few dedicated people. So to kind of sum that up, what AI is allowing us to do is to monitor inputs from MES systems, from ERP, from our PLM to say, what are we making? Is it compliant? Is it good? And how can we improve it? So creating that feedback loop is where I think the big wins in AI are from what we've seen so far.
Iain Milnes, we have a side discussion, very interesting. What are the real barriers preventing the smart factory revolution in F&B, beyond cost and legacy system? And what about the data quality, cybersecurity, and cultural resistance and sustainability integration?
Well, our company is involved more at the end of the process rather than during the process of manufacturing food. So we take care of the waste that is generated by the food process. And so we sell machines that digest the waste food so that at the end of the process, where there is always obviously some waste to be generated in the manufacturing process, our products will digest that waste and save it from going to the landfill. And this is helping to build a circular economy and a sustainable economy by keeping that organic waste out of the landfill. And by doing that, we're helping our customers to become more sustainable and to improve their facilities and to improve the environment as well.
Thank you. Can you, please, you have one machine which is fantastic, okay? Please, if you don't mind, can you elaborate on this machine, this biodigest?
So yeah, I mean, you can go and see our biodigester back in the exhibition room there. Our machine digests the waste food. So it is a big stainless steel stomach. And like our own stomachs, it relies on being fed throughout the day. And as the waste is generated, you would put the waste into the machine, and the machine will digest that waste, converting everything to water that typically goes down the drain. We do have some customers who will filter that water and use it for irrigation. But the majority of customers need to solve a problem, and the problem is that they should not be sending their organic waste to the landfill, which is where it will generate methane, which is 87 times worse for the atmosphere than carbon dioxide. Inside the machine itself are microorganisms that are doing the digestion. We're not trying to macerate the food or physically break down the food. The microorganisms are digesting it and converting everything to water. So our machines will digest anything that you and I can digest, but in addition, they will digest small fish bones, pineapple shells, banana skins, and so on and so forth.
Thank you. Dominic, how do we keep a smart factory flexible? Can highly automated system quickly adapt to the new trend?
Yeah, great. So just to kind of start with what we see flexibility as at its core is kind of the ability to deal with changing regulations, changing supply chain circumstances, without kind of paying too much of a penalty in terms of efficiency, effectiveness, or the impact to produce your product into the market. So I think one of the key things that we look at from a product development point of view with our software is the ability to deal with things like ingredient scarcity, okay, or with changing regulation. And so at a base level, having systems that are able to kind of match the function of certain ingredients with others and to suggest what could be an alternative should we suddenly have a supply chain shock or some type of unforeseen circumstance. That as a very kind of actionable use case is one that we tend to focus on because that has knock-on effects down the production process as well as the supply chain management. Because it's not just a case of do we have this ingredient? It's where do we go next? Who in our supply base is capable of providing this? And again, a lot of that is where we're seeing AI use cases come into their own, looking at past supplier history, looking at like the breadth of what they supply us already, and helping companies to make actionable decisions based on that. So it's I think that's a very kind of very food production oriented thing there. But one of the key things as well, going back to this industry 4.0 idea that we saw before we started this, is looking inside the factory itself, understanding your metrics such as OEE. So what is your equipment effectiveness? What's the capability for making your products? AI, we've seen a lot of examples in the literature about AI being used on data sources to look at failure points on certain machines, on certain products, to help you kind of rearrange your factory layout, reduce changeover times, and so on. So kind of looking at an internal product, but also a process perspective, I think AI has a big part to play in the future for that.
Yeah. Sebastian, how do you translate this flexibility operationally?
Well, operationally, I can say that a few years ago, we have adopted the digital twin technology. And basically what we have with this digital twin technology, you have a replica of the process, of a certain industrial process or manufacturing process, which is in the virtual side. So you run the two systems together. This is, enable you to do changes, enable you to train personnel, enable you to do some modifications. So when you run it in the digital twin, you can test all the recipes, you can test all the new equipments that you have in place, processes, etc., including also if we have to talk about new SKUs and ingredients. So once we are sure that the system is working virtually, then we come to the real picture. That will help us, to avoid any process interruption or actually reducing the waste.
Thank you. When it comes for the technology convergence, Iain, looking at the smart factory evolution, which converging technology, AI with IoT, robotics with vision system, edge computing now with the development of the 5G and tomorrow with the 6G, will fundamentally transform how we manufacture food today, at least for the next 5 years. What is your thought on this?
Well, our machines are weighing the amount of waste that is going into it. And the larger machines can also clarify what type of waste that is. And so a customer may know that they're putting 100 kilograms of tomatoes in, and 50 kilograms of meat, and 30 kilograms of fish. And this information will help them to reduce their waste and understand where their waste is coming from and how much their waste is being generated on a daily basis, with the eventual goal that they should be able to reduce that information. And that information is produced both digitally and numerically and sent up to the cloud. And we have customers that are using AI to analyze that across a variety of different facilities. So for our customers who have multiple facilities or multiple machines within one facility, they can accumulate that data and they can use AI to analyze that data with the help of helping them to reduce the amount of waste that they're actually producing in the first place.
Thank you. Hiroaki,
Yes.
when it comes for the AI-driven safety system,
Yes.
how are AI and automation revolutionizing the food safety and compliance?
Yep.
From predictive contamination detection to blockchain
Yep.
traceability, and what fail-safe must exist when smart system control critical safety management?
Yes, that's a very good question. Safety is very important, right? And when we talk about the safety, we should touch some aspects, some topics, not only the blockchain. The first thing is machine trouble or malfunctions. This is very common issue in the whole industry, right? And many AI applications are developed, so I will not touch in detail, but this is very important and useful application of the AI for the safety. And the next is property monitoring, property of the product. Also, in this area, AI can monitor the production, real-time production with real-time data, and predict the quality. And it is used for the predictive maintenance and predictive control. This is very important. Also, the last part, the contamination. This will be the most significant typical issue in the food and beverage industry. Also, there are some AI technologies, like using the camera, right? Also, Yokogawa has a good system camera plus AI technology in one small devices, and it monitors all particles in the liquid. This contributes to the safety of the food and the beverage very important, very significantly. Regarding the traceability, as you mentioned, using the blockchain, we can store the all historical data of the production from ground to the on the table, everything. Every manufacturers and the producers, every information is stored in the blockchain. Using this blockchain, once something happened, that we can trace the where the problem happened, what is the cause of the main problem. So this information, this technology is also provide, increase the safety. Right?
Thank you. When it comes for the success metrics, Sebastian, what are the real measures of smart factory success? Is it just cost saving, or should we track sustainability, innovation, speed, and worker satisfaction?
Yeah, I think cost savings are definitely tangible, important, and always is being looked as the first one. But we should take a multidimensional approach here, and I think definitely we should add to the mix three things. The first one is related to the speed of innovation, so I mean to say how fast we can implement new technologies into existing systems, and we come back to the flexibility. The second one is definitely sustainability. In Ghurair, we run operations that are demanding a lot of energy, so in order to convert our operations into green operations, we are doing a lot of initiatives to reduce the carbon emissions. And the last one, and not least, is the task force satisfaction. I mean, at the end, we will have to do whatever activity we have, even though we are fully automated, is being done by people, is being done by our staff. So we need to give them a level of comfortability that there is no replacement in the future. And I always say that, the humans are the architects of intelligence.
Thank you. And Iain, if for Sebastian, the metrics are more financial part, and of course the human part, from your point of view in terms of ESG, is sustainability a metrics for you?
Yeah, sustainability is a big thing for us. I mean, we're supporting our customers, and also our own facility is sustainable. I also want to add a comment, since we're talking about AI. For our own facility, we're using AI all of the time now. I mean, we have using it from everything for optimizing our manufacturing, for sales support, for technical support to our customers. Our customers can access all of our documentation and ask the AI any question about the machines. In engineering, we're relying on it. We're using AI to generate software. We're using AI to do hardware design. We're turning out products faster and faster with fewer people. So yeah, although this is about AI in food production, we're at the back end of that. We're producing machines to help our customers, and we're using AI extensively for that. And I would say that a lot of people, if you're not using AI every day, you're just missing out on what is currently available there. It's just phenomenal, and it's improving every day. I mean, we can create videos that look like studio quality videos without anybody being involved in that from start to finish. It's all AI.
Thank you. Dominic, when it comes for the ecosystem integration, what does a fully integrated smart factory ecosystem look like? From digital twin and supplier connectivity to customer engagement platform, and what are the critical integration points that make or break the transformation?
Quite a packed question there. Yeah, so if we start with the concept of a digital twin. So a digital twin is effectively kind of creating a real living, breathing, data-driven model of the factory and its operations. So if we look at where, it's going to pull various things from each of those to create what is effectively a simulation tool for assessing your factory's performance. So from the PLM point of view, as for me, it's a very critical point because we're pulling specifications that have evolved over time related to your products, related to your processes. From ERP, another critical point, we're pulling in the costs of goods because PLM we simulate a lot of the time based on information from your ERP, where you're ordering from, how much you're ordering, but also, we're looking at pulling in data from your MES systems. So how is your on-the-shop floor factory performance every day? So for me, those are the 3 points that you cannot get away with pulling together for a digital twin concept because without those, you can't simulate against effectively how your factory operations are running today. You can't say, okay, what happens if we buy a new machine? What happens if this machine needs to be taken out of operation for a few days and how that would affect the whole? So 3 key points there. But one thing that you actually asked at the end of that, so dealing with supplier collaboration and also kind of getting feedback from the products once they're out into the market. These are 2 of the things which, from a PLM point of view, we actually go a little bit further than what is the market standard because we're looking to reduce the friction as much as possible when we send out specifications and tenders for suppliers to answer to by having access to our system through a supplier portal. So we've always got the up-to-date information as good as we know it because as we all see, we are in pretty volatile times in the market. In a lot of reasons contribute towards that. But it means that we can't always just assume that our supply base is going to be in a steady state. So, allowing suppliers access to specifications they've been invited to answer, as well as kind of allowing them to update information as it changes, is actually a key thing which is worth pointing out in this digital twin concept. The last bit I would say is actually increasing in importance is, we always go back to the market-based view versus the resource-based view. Resource-based view, what do we do as a company when we're making things? Market-based view, what is the market actually asking for and how are they reacting to that? So we're starting to see a bigger ask, a bigger demand from our current customers, but also our prospects to link into feedback from online marketplaces. So this is kind of where we get to the PLM, product information management plus type concept. So, but to bring it back to the initial question, for me, the spine would be PLM, ERP, and MES. Those are the 3 things that you really cannot have a digital twin concept without.
Thank you. In this exponentially changing technology and world, Sebastian, what about the human factor? Is the smart factory revolution, where is the human role? How do you balance automation with human expertise? And what new skills are critical for the workforce in AI-driven F&B facilities?
I think what we need to emphasize here is that the technology is not here to replace the humans. From one side, we can separate these things in 2. The first one is the machines and the technology are going to provide us, and they are actually providing accurate information, analytics, and so forth. But from the human side, what we can see, we have to provide part of the culture, right? A lot of insights, especially in food and beverage industry, we cannot compromise in quality, in safety, and customer trust. So the humans are to be there with the machines all together. And I see it more as a synergy and a partnership rather than, replacing one and the other. And coming back to the skills, certainly we will need to reskill the people. And I am thinking, I am talking about digital troubleshooting, integration of different systems, and so forth. So the human element is very, very important and is there where I think the success is going to be on how we manage these synergies between technology and the employees.
Thank you. Remain 3 minutes. Guys, if you have any question from the audience, we are ready to take the question. Or if no question, I would like to ask from the panelist itself, if you have to give, let's say, one sentence as a takeaway from your journey itself, from conception, from a solution maker till the end user, what will be, what will be your wish, knowing that currently in any company there is a clash between this transformation, while everybody feel that they are at the cliff and they need to jump, but they know that they cannot fly. What would be your takeaway for this audience? Say, guys, the 4.0 or this transformation, this new journey, it's something very, it's a necessity, because when we are in GCC with 8%, mean that the world is moving faster. From your expertise from Europe, from Far East, please, if you can help us.
If I could take that one first. Yeah, so I've been working on implementations in technology over the past 10 years, and one of the things that we always find with any new technology, there's always a lot of apprehension and fear, especially by people who work on a day-to-day. And so what I would say is I don't foresee AI being this dark force that takes people's jobs, but what I do see it as is it's a pretty revolutionary tool, and the people and the companies that learn to get along with it and use it early, that's who is going to be replacing, taking someone's job. So it's people that use the tool effectively that are going to be getting ahead there, and companies that are able to be on board with such an innovation, carefully, I might add. There won't be a press one button and everything is taken care of for a long, long time. But yeah, companies who can take that on carefully but consistently are going to be the ones who really benefit from this in the early and mid stages.
Yeah, let me comment for ourselves. As I talked earlier, for AI in our own company has certainly reduced our need to hire more people. And for our products that we're selling to our customers, we're providing a full automated solution so that they can easily get rid of their trash with fewer people. You don't need the people to take bags of rubbish out to the back into some bin. We're right at the end of the product line where the waste, whether it's preparation waste or whether it's post-consumer waste, can easily be got rid of without human intervention. And so we're helping at both ends in our own company and with our customers' solutions.
So from my side, what shall I say is that first we really need to develop the master plan. You start with the first piece, one by one. Certainly, I think communication is very, very important. So it is important that the task force see what is coming and why it's coming. I don't think we should wait too much because the industry is growing very fast. And in order to comply with the regulatory requirements, international standards, we need to really be much more efficient than what we are today.
Thank you.
Hi, I want to say one thing. When someone says we should do the digital transformation, the other person might refuse, resist. This is very common in the world, not only in Japan, not only Middle East, not only Southeast Asia, everywhere. And I observed many companies achieved that digital transformation, but some company failed. When actually I observed most of success company has the two things. The one is very good leadership for the digital transformation. The second is bottom-up approach. Not only top-down, but bottom-up is a very significant activity when in my observation. Sometimes the digital transformation is led by bottom-up, using the bottom-up approach. Then sometimes that opinion is not matching to the company. So that activity stops. Conversely, if the top-down approach is not matching to the site level, operator level, engineer level, if it is not matching, that activity also stops. So I want to emphasize the company, as a one company, everyone should be involved in the digital transformation. And Yokogawa has the tools and methodology to organize that, task force team, and we can support. Thank you.
Thank you.